What's up guys, today I'm going to review one of my favourite games of all time, and one of the best games of all time full stop, God of War 1. Now, this game means a lot to me because it was really, when I played this back in Fandom 5, it was the first time I really got into serious gaming. It was the first time that I really actually cared about the story of a game. Because before it, I just can't think of any games I cared about the story. I just played it for the gameplay. And that's pretty much it. Okay, guys. So, that was the unscripted part of this review where I just give a little bit of my own opinion. And now I'm going to go into scripted mode. So, let's get started. God of War is a third-person action-adventure video game released by Santa Monica Studios and published by Sony. The first installment in the God of War series. It was first released on March 22nd, 2005 for the PlayStation 2. The game and its first sequel were remastered and re-released on November 17th, 2009 as part of the God of War collection for the PlayStation 3. With more than 4.6 billion, not 4.6 billion, million copies sold as of June 2012. And then it was once again re-released on August 28th as part of the God of War saga with God of War 1, 2 and 3, Chains of Olympus and Betrayal. 2 spin-offs for the DS, I'm pretty sure, but they were remade into console versions. The game is loosely based on Greek mythology and is set in ancient Greece. The player controls the protagonist Kratos, a Spartan warrior in service of the Olympian gods. Kratos is tasked by goddess Athena to kill Ares, the god of war, who it is revealed is responsible for Kratos accidentally killing his wife and child. As Ares ravages Athens, Kratos embarks on a quest to find one object capable of stopping the god, the legendary Pandora's box. Chronologically, God of War is the third chapter in the series and forms part of a saga with vengeance as a central theme, because both God of War Chains of Olympus and Betrayal were prequels to the original. But really, those 2 games aren't considered in canon. Usually it's just the first 3 games. Okay. So God of War is a single-player action game that features a fixed camera with a third-person view. The player controls Kratos in a combination of combat, both normal and quick time, with platforming and puzzle game elements. The player typically navigates Kratos through a long series of tests, trials, and mazes to achieve goals. Kratos' main weapons are the Blades of Chaos, a pair of double-chained blades. During the game, he acquires a secondary weapon, the Blade of Artemis, and utilises magical abilities including Poseidon's Rage, Medusa's Gaze, Zeus's Fury, and Army of Hades. Kratos also obtains the relic Poseidon's Trident, which allows him to breathe underwater. He temporarily wields the Blade of the Gods during the final fight with Ares and acquires a special ability called Rage of the Gods, which provides him with temporary invulnerability and increased attack damage. The player finds chests containing orbs. Green chests and orbs replenish health, blue ones provide magic, and red ones provide experience for upgrading weapons and magic, also allowing new and more powerful attacks, and replenishing the rage meter for Rage of the Gods. The player also collects red orbs by killing foes and destroying certain inanimate objects. Additionally, the player finds Gorgon Eyes and Phoenix Feathers, which increase the maximum amount of health and magic, respectively, in plain, non-coloured chests. The player must find 6 eyes or 6 feathers to increase each meter's maximum length. Combat includes a quick time event feature that is initiated when the player has a weakened strong enemy. The player performs actions on the control device. The circle button on the controller usually grabs the enemy. And then after the appearance of an on-screen prompt, you go into a quick time event cinematic sequence, which is successful, ends the battle, and failure usually results in damage. A grab maneuver that yields experience points in the form of red orbs is also available for use on minor foes. When the game is completed, a challenge mode called Challenge of the Gods includes a bonus feature. Included as a bonus feature is unlocked. The player may unlock bonus costumes, behind the scenes videos, art galleries, there's rewards and stuff like that. Completing each level of difficulty also unlocks various different rewards. So, this review is going to be fairly long compared to my normal reviews just because of how much I care about this game. Okay, guys? So, now we're just going to go over the plot. There probably will be some spoilers. Because I've played this game so many times over, I really don't know what classifies as a spoiler anymore. So, yeah. Just, if you don't want any spoilers, then just go play the game now. I'm ordering you 10 out of 10. That's the game. Right. Kratos is a warrior in the service of the Greek gods of Olympus. It is revealed in a series of flashbacks that Kratos was once a captain in the Spartan army. A fierce warrior, Kratos led his army to several victories until finally outmatched by an invading horde of barbarians, outnumbered and on the verge of being killed by the barbarian king, Kratos calls to the god of war Ares, whom he promises to serve, if the god would spare the Spartans and provide the power to destroy their enemies. Ares hears Kratos' prayer and bonds the Blades of Chaos, a pair of chain blades forged in the depths of Tartarus, to Kratos. Kratos then returns to the confrontation with the barbarian king and decapitates him. A victorious Kratos then wages war against all of Greece and eventually leads an attack on a village occupied by worshippers of Athena. Ares tricks Kratos by placing his wife and child in the village and he accidentally kills them. Although Ares intends this act to make Kratos the perfect warrior, the Spartan renounces his servitude to the god, the oracle of the now destroyed village curses Kratos, and the ashes of his family stick to Kratos' skin, turning it ash white. Now known as the Ghost of Sparta, Kratos is plagued by nightmares of his horrible deed and commits to 10 years of servitude to the other gods of Olympus. Eventually tired of his servitude, he summons Athena, who states that if Kratos performs one final deed, the murder of Ares, he will be forgiven for the murder of his family. Athena assigns Kratos to destroy Ares because Zeus has forbidden divine intervention. After he kills the Hydra on behalf of Poseidon, Athena guides Kratos to the city of Athens, which is under siege by Ares' minions. After a strange encounter with a gravedigger who encourages him to continue his task, Kratos battles his way to Athens' oracle, finds her, and learns the only way to defeat Ares is to locate and use Pandora's box, a legendary artifact which can give a mortal the power to kill a god. Kratos enters the Desert of Lost Souls, and Athena tells him that Pandora's box is hidden within a temple and is chained to the back of the titan Kronos, a punishment inflicted by Zeus for Kronos' role in the Great War. Kratos summons Kronos, climbs for 3 days before reaching the temple entrance, overcomes an array of deadly traps and an army of monsters, and eventually finds Pandora's box. Although he is successful, Ares, who is unaware that his former servant has succeeded, kills Kratos as he leaves the temple with the box. As a group of harpies take the box to Ares, Kratos falls into the underworld. He battles his way through the underworld, and with the aid of the mysterious gravedigger, who tells him that Athena is not the only god watching over him, Kratos escapes and returns to Athens. Kratos recovers Pandora's box from Ares, opens it and uses its power to become godlike. Despite Ares' best efforts to destroy Kratos physically and mentally, including stripping him of the Blades of Chaos and all of his magic, he survives and kills Ares with the Blade of the Gods. Athens is saved, and although Athena states that Kratos' sins are forgiven, the gods cannot rid him of his nightmares. Kratos tries to commit suicide by casting himself into the Aegean Sea, but Athena intervenes and transports him to Mount Olympus, where, as a reward for his service to the gods, she provides Kratos with a new set of blades, and he becomes the new god of war. The end. So, as you can tell, this game is very involving, and I really love it, guys. I do. I really... You have to play this game to understand how good it is. It's difficult. It's difficult to say how good this game is. Okay, this is a good way of saying it. Most hack and slash games now all borrow something from God of War. God of War perfected hack and slash because you couldn't just button mash to get your way through the game, because certain enemies could only be defeated after performing a certain combination of attacks. and certain bosses required certain different methods to kill. You could never just do the same thing to just brush your way through the game. And I just want to point out, there is 3 of these games, and all 3 of them are in my top 10 games of all time. So, yeah. These 3 games, and I will review 2 and 3 as well, are brilliant. I give the first 2 10 out of 10 and the third one 9 out of 10. The only reason I give the third one 9 out of 10 is because I don't think it has the same charm as the first 2 do. So, guys, that's it. This is the K1998, recording a video for the Young Network CKKLC. Thanks for watching, guys. See you all later.